This is the beginnings of a model plane that I'm making. Start off, here is the EDF in the front. It needs a little bit of tuning, you can hear it rubbing, so I'll need to work on the balance. But I've been able to produce about a ½ pound of thrust. And so that'll be driving my plane. Here's the fuselage. And it fits nicely in here, like that. I could put some screws in there, but honestly, the press fit is so good. I don't think I need to. It's perfect. So there we are, and you'll notice this duct right here is where all the air comes out of. There's nothing coming out of here. This is just a hole for wires that'll probably get sealed off with hot glue. But all of the air that the EDF generates will be directed out this duct. There will be a separate bay right here that holds all of the avionics and payload. It'll fit into that notch and then screw in down there, and it'll basically just carry on this shape and end right about there. That bay is where the wings will attach, so I can't fit them on yet, but they go right about there. And the plane will stop kind of here, the body of it will stop here, but then there will be some extensions with a tail and the control surfaces. Here's my CAD model of the plane. Right now this highlighted blue piece is the one that I don't have printed yet, and that I'll need to do a little bit of more designing on it in order to add the control surfaces, how they connect to the back of it. One of my hopes with this design, with the duct ending right here, is that there'll be a high velocity flow of air across this surface, and just like a wing, which has high velocity and creates a low pressure zone, I'm hoping that this is low pressure and will actually create lift right here. I'm not sure if that'll end up happening. I've done some flow simulations, and it seems like there is a low pressure zone right here, but not right here. So there's actually high pressure there, and it might balance out. But maybe I'll get a little bit of extra lift out of it, not sure. So these are the high and low pressure zones that I mentioned. So I'd be getting lift right here, but I'd be pressing down on this side. That cross section I just showed you was running straight through the center line of the plane. Now it's a little bit offset. As you can see, that high pressure zone isn't quite as severe. So I'm thinking that it's probably caused by this rib, which is there for a few reasons. But I think that means that I might actually be getting lift on these edges, and maybe not in the center, but the area is a lot bigger over here. So I might actually end up with a positive net upward force. So this rib here, it's got a few different purposes. The first one is just while it's printing. If this were flat without it, it would be pretty vibraty, and the surface finish is a little bit rough, but I'm sure it would be a lot worse if there was nothing here to support it. Also, just rigidity during flight, it's thin, and that gives it some support. The third reason though is I wanted to put this little notch in the back. That's how I'm connecting this secondary bay down here. And if I just threw the notch in there, I mean, it would create a lot more drag. And so this is just kind of a ramp up to that, just so it doesn't produce. So it's not a hard knob right there.